Pristine, sun-drenched beaches, the inviting cerulean Caribbean, warm and beautiful people, sing-song Spanish dialects, wonderful Latin music, coffee, cigars, and rum. Welcome to Cuba. This is your concise guide to all that is necessary to know. The tourist season is from November to April. The heat is pleasant and not all the mosquitoes are out yet. However, remember that popular places and venues could be overcrowded. We recommend prior reservation. Before you go, we planned our trip through a travel agency. They took care of plane tickets, medical insurance, visa, airport pickup, and hotel reservation. We are in no way affiliated to them, but it is fair to say that we found them very helpful before, during, and after our trip. You don't have to go through a travel agency, of course, but it can make the whole experience smooth and hassle-free. However you plan your trip, make sure you meet the following requirements. Traveling from Canada, you just need a valid Canadian passport. You also need a tourist card, which is equivalent to a tourist visa and is included in your plane ticket. We got ours on the plane. You don't need to take any kind of COVID test or produce any proof of vaccination. However, medical insurance is required for entry and it should cover any kind of medical emergency, including COVID. Make sure you shop around and find the best coverage available. You must fill out the customs and health declaration form online 48 hours before your flight. You will get a QR code in your email which you must show before you board the plane. You can find the link to the form in the description of this video. The local currency is Cuban pesos. We don't recommend getting any pesos before arriving in Cuba. When you arrive, you can get some at the airport or your resort. The exchange rate at the airport were more reasonable. We got $20 worth of pesos for tips and some shopping. Some places, like most resorts and hotels, accept Canadian credit cards. We recommend $1 bills for tipping. If you're going from Canada, don't take loonies or toonies for tipping because Cuban banks don't exchange them. Install maps.me and download the offline map of Cuba in the app. Internet connection is not reliable in Cuba, and having a reliable offline map really helps when you go around. What to take with you? What items you pack whenever you travel, of course, depends on your personality, your needs, and the conditions of your trip. We recommend the following: toiletries and personal cosmetics, soap, shampoo, cream, toothbrush, toothpaste, shaving cream, and razor. Don't forget a good sunscreen, as the sunlight can be brutal. We also recommend some kind of cooling spray and aloe gel. Put the aloe gel in the fridge and apply it to your skin and burns. Some basic medication: painkillers, Band-Aid, Pepto-Bismol, Polysporin cream, alcohol, and cotton balls. Don't forget hand sanitizer and wipes. Both something you can put in your hotel room and something smaller you can carry in your pocket or bag. We highly recommend a good bug repellent and after bite that you can apply on your skin. There are lots of mosquitoes, especially in the evening. Tissues, napkins, and toilet paper for your personal use. These items are not as available as you may be used to. You may want to take some kind of General International electrical adapter and/or converter. The country operates on 110 and 220 supply voltage. You can usually find at least one power outlet of the kind common in North America, but do check with your hotel before going. Now that you're in Cuba, there are lots of amazing things you can do. Here are our suggestions. Enjoy the beaches. Cuba is blessed with some of the most beautiful white sand beaches in the world. Go swimming, play a game of beach volleyball, go kayaking or canoeing, or simply take a walk along the seaside. If you're more adventurous, you can go snorkeling or scuba diving. Cuba has several wonderful scuba diving spots, and training is available locally for a reasonable price. Check out our video on our scuba diving experience in Cuba. Have a ride in a vintage classic car. One of the first things you notice when you arrive in Cuba is all the beautifully colorful vintage cars lining the streets and riding along the roads. Hiring a ride in a vintage car is a big business in Cuba. There are many companies and businesses, and they offer a variety of rides and tours, and of course prices. Do your research before you go. Visit Havana, if you're not in Havana already, of course. This vibrant capital of Cuba has a lot to offer. You can visit the historic sites and places of interest and explore the history of Cuba around town. Please check our tour of Havana video for more information. Try the local cuisine. If you're staying at a hotel or a resort, you'll have access to several bars and restaurants. But we do recommend exploring the local eateries and paladares. These are small family-run restaurants and offer delicious dishes. Visit a cigar factory. If you're a fan of Cuban cigars, or if you're interested to learn how Cuban cigars are made, you can visit a cigar factory. You may need to book a tour in advance, but it's a very pleasant experience, and we highly recommend it. And go shopping, of course. You will shop for Cuban cigars, Cuban rum, and Cuban coffee, but don't forget to check out the local stores and handicrafts. There are lots of beautiful things you can pick from. Before we finish this short intro, we must add that some people advised us against going to Cuba. They had their own reasons, of course, but we are absolutely glad that we didn't listen to them. During our trip in Cuba, we met amazingly kind and cheerful people, visited beautiful places, and experienced many moments of pure joy and bliss. We're definitely going back, and we wholeheartedly recommend that you go too. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share for more informative videos and updates.